Hi, everyone. How's your Wednesday going? Hi, Jorge. Good to see you here. Hi, Marwa. Busy morning. I hear you. It's kind of busy, right? And also because Monday is going to be holiday. So I bet it's going to be busy and excited to have a long weekend. Let's wait a few more minutes and then we can start the webinar. In the meantime, we have sent to you an email. If you didn't receive, well, I will post it here. We are going to do last minute the Labor Day campaign. So if you haven't filled out the Labor Day campaign form, please help us to set up the, not to set up, to fill out the form, and we will be able to do this for you guys. So let me paste it here in the chat. And you'll have till Friday, 2 p.m. Central Time to fill out the form. I know it was last minute, sorry for that. We always do it like 2 weeks prior, but this time we were busy and we were kind of in a lot of things. Any big plans for the weekend, guys? I hope that not all of you work, that you just relax. Okay. So I think we're ready to start. This webinar is recorded, so we will share it with all the others via email. Yes, Brittany, you will be able to watch the record later. Next week, we are going to send it over email. And also do not forget that in InsuredMine website, we have the webinars section, and all the webinars are there. So you can watch it, or either in the YouTube channel. We also have the section that it's webinars, and you will be able to watch all the webinars that we have provided since last year. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. So, perfect. As you know, today we're going to talk about a cross-selling pipeline. But before we jump into InsuredMine, I want to mention to you key things that it's about a cross-sell and why cross-sell is important in insurance business, and also what is a cross-sell, right? Why cross-sell matters? Well, because it's going to bring you more value per client. So instead of you going for new leads, you will be able to bring revenue from or premium from your existing clients. Easier sale because you already connect with your clients. So you do not have to start over again. You know how to handle your clients, you know the needs of your clients. So that's why it's more easy to close a new policy for your clients. Better retention. The more policies your clients have with you, the more retention you will have with them. They will stay with you, and they will add more policies. Depends on, of course, their needs and how you offer or sell to them the policies. And the last one, let's say, as I mentioned, grow without new leads. You don't need at all to have new leads in order to bring more revenue or premium in your agency. You just need to set up your cross-sell campaign, understand your client needs, and use, of course, InsuredMine, the tools that we provide to you in order that you can close those cross-sells. What is cross-sell in insurance? So let's say you have a client that they just have auto, but they do not have home, sorry, it's kind of the basic, right? We need to identify who are those clients that they have auto, but they do not have home. Of course, if they have auto, they should live in a place, right? So you have a gap there that you can tell them, hey, you have auto with me, but you do not have home or you don't have renters. What can we do in order to bring your other policy or coverage with us? That is one of the things. And this is more about personal lines, but also if we talk about as commercial, well, you can identify the workers' compensation or in the commercial auto, or what else can you offer to your companies or your businesses to provide another policy in order to make a cross-sell. And let's say that all of these cross-sell in insurance, the goal is to increase the client value and policy density. As I mentioned previously, the more policies you have with your clients, the bigger the retention you will have with them. So this is a big, huge opportunity that you have if you haven't started your cross-sell campaigns in InsuredMine. I'm going to show you all the new things that we have added in order that you can start working in these setups. So let's say we're going to identify the cross-sell opportunities in InsuredMine. We have different ways that you can identify those in InsuredMine. That it's the cross-sell view in the opportunities module. This is, let's say, this is kind of the basic one. And then we have added, like a couple of months ago, if you haven't noticed, we have added these two. That is the auto no home and the home no auto. In these two, you will be able to see which of those policies are potential to make a cross-sell. If they have auto or if they do not have home, the system is going to tell you the percentage of probability that you will be able to close those leads. And every day at 6 a.m. Central Time, we are updating the information, of course, based on the expiration day of the policy and when it's going to renew the next coming policy, how many policies does your client have in order that you can choose and start working with the cross-sells. This is kind of the generic view, but also if you are in the account 360 or in the contact 360, you will be able to see this view that InsuredMine is going to tell you. Here you have an 89 percentage of predictability to close this auto home or home no auto in InsuredMine. So far, these two updates that we have, it's only focused for personals and auto no home or home no auto. We haven't bring more policies into this, but this is a big, huge advantage that we have for you guys. I will show you in InsuredMine, I will log and I will show you how to navigate and how to set up this. So what we are going to do is go to InsuredMine, open login, and now let me share this screen. Let me know, guys, if you can see InsuredMine. Perfect. So here we have the opportunities module. You know that, and we have the menu bar in the left side. If you don't know the icon, so you can open and it's going to take you to opportunities. As I mentioned to you in the other screen, we have the cross-sell view. So here in the cross-sell view, it's going to give you the number of policies that you have and the client. It's just going to tell you you have 99 opportunities and you will be able to filter based on insurance type, policy category, carrier. You can exclude the categories that you don't want to work and by agent. So let's say this is the normal view to identify which cross-sell opportunities do you have in order that you can start working with them. You can create a deal card from here. You can call or you can send an email to this client. Also, you can assign a single contact drip. You can add a note or you can delete this because probably this is not a cross-sell opportunity. You have added notes that this is not the right client at this moment for you and you don't want to work with them. That also could happen, right? So you can select these options. You can create a report based on this and also say the system every week or every month trigger this report. So InsuredMine is going to send you a file in order that you can review all of this information and again see if all of these cross-sell opportunities make sense for you or not. So let's say this is kind of the basic view about cross-sell. Then if you click to add on a home, you will see that we have this beautiful view that is probability. That is going to tell you the percentage to win this deal. And this is auto no home. So this means that they have, Zaira has an auto, but she doesn't have a home. And this was predicted on June. Of course, this is our beta test in InsuredMine. If you log in your account, you will be able to see today's data so you can make a decision on this. Then you can also filter based on probability. Probably you say, Montserrat, I don't want to focus in clients that they are below 70%. I just want to focus above 80. So you will be able to do those and also select the expiring. When do you want to focus more? It's coming the next 30 days, the next 60 days, 90 days. So you can plan ahead and start working with those clients that their policy is going to expire. And this is the prediction. It's going to be kind of the same as the probability. When this happens, it's going to happen in the next 90 days, 30 days, 60 days, you will be able to choose. So let's say we already select. You can save this list. And if you save this list, also you will be able to trigger a marketing campaign for these clients. So far, for this, I will recommend you, instead of creating a marketing campaign per se, what I will do is download the file or either navigate individual to review if these clients make sense for you. Because probably what could happen, as I mentioned, is that you add a note, please do not ever contact this client, or if we want to increase the premium, the revenue, or we already offer a new policy. So any big items that you want to identify, I would say before creating the list, review the notes and see if that makes sense for you or not. Then you will see also here, if you go to the account 360, that inside of the account 360, it's telling you the AI predicted that you have this 89% to win the home policy. And this is because your client has two policies active with you, an auto and a test, and they have the premium and all of this analysis. So far, if you ask us how InsuredMine is predicted this, it's going to be based on the number of policies that the client have with you and the years that the client has been with you. Of course, we review the email, we review the state, the gender, the policies, and also if they have any renewals coming. So those are kind of the basic data points that we use in order that we can tell you you have this win probability. Any question here, guys, before I move forward? Nope. Well, so let's say this is going to be your probably weekly review or daily review. We have some agencies that nowadays they are using it. They are loving it because, as I mentioned, you can have leads. You can continue with closing your leads, but also you can continue with your existing clients to bring more policies. Saying that, InsuredMine is going to nowadays is giving you the two options. Now, let's talk about how to set up your cross-sell campaign in InsuredMine, and we have different ways. One is going to be the workflow automation, and the other one is going to be in the pipeline. My suggestion, it's going to be a start in the workflow automation, and then as the workflow automation, to move it to the pipeline. That is going to be my suggestion, and I will explain you why. In InsuredMine, you will go to the engagement module. You will select create a workflow. You have your cross-sell. The first action is going to be send an email to your client. It's going to be, of course, active client. Include your policy category, auto, no home, home, no auto. Let's say we're going to select, at this moment, it's auto. Let's see, what else do we have here? Because this is a test account. So let's do homeowners. And the second one is going to be a pipeline card. When do you want to trigger? It's going to be based on the expiration date or effective date, and this is going to be based on the policy. So let's do expiration date, before the expiration date, and how many days before the expiration date. Because we know that probably working with the client is going to take us more than 30 days. Let's do 60 days to start working with the client and have enough time to quote the client and follow up with the client or with the carriers if we need to do any adjustment. Then you will click begin. You will select your template. Let's see. Let's suppose that this is the cross-sell template, which is going to be the sender, probably the first email. You want that the agents be in the sender email, or if you want to choose any marketing email or a basic communication email. Like probably we have communications@insuremine.com. That's the email that we use to send all of the communications. The subject, the campaign that is going to be transactional. Before we say that it's going to be 60 days. And the time, probably it's going to be 11 a.m. This is going to be your first stage. The second stage is going to be a pipeline card. After the 65, after the email, it's going to be triggered. Probably we want to create the deal card. I would say, let's create the deal card. Let's do it here. The stage name, the agent or CSR of the account, you will be able to choose. And we will do it before, let's say, 65 days. sorry, should be 59 days. And 11:30 a.m. Central Time. It's going to be private or shared. This is going to be depends on your settings that you have in your cross-sell. And then we will click next. And you will review that all the options that you selected, it was correct. That it was a workflow cross-sell, that is going to be email, pipeline, all the agents that we should consider for this campaign. At this moment, I'm not going to click start, but let's leave it like that, save as a draft. So this is going to be your first step, that is going to be make it from the workflow, and doing it from the workflow, it's going to help you to segment better your clients and also your categories, because InsuredMine has this beautiful ability to provide you to select to whom do you want to trigger, because also probably you don't want to trigger, let me open, for specific carriers, that you know that some of these carriers at this moment you are not interested in working anymore, or instead of saying like that, you have seen that with some carriers you have a higher closing rate, and you want to give that opportunity to them. That is going to be the beautiful of the cross-sell, that we will allow you to make it more specific with these filters, and you will see the results, versus starting from the pipeline, in which from the pipeline you can create the deal cards manually from the opportunities module, but you will not be able to make a filter as a segment per se as you have it in the engagement module. That is going to be the difference. Then I would say, if we have this cross-sell pipeline, I will encourage my team members to follow up with the clients, to make this as a big opportunity to close these leads or deals. So they will focus in those and have some automations, because probably you have sent the first email and the client already reply, hey, I'm not interested, thank you. Why not give another shot and ask the CSR or the producer to give a call to the client and see if via phone they can negotiate with this customer and make to close the new home auto home policy. That could be another option. Then in the second stage, you will move your deal card to follow up with your client or mark it as a loss, not interested, thank you. And your pipeline is going to work kind of similar as your new business pipeline, in order to have your sales. And InsuredMine is going to provide you, once you create your cross-sell pipeline, you will be able to select also the status on this. How many did you open? How many have you closed? Now we have these two options that InsuredMine is going to provide you the quotes. If you want to review how many quotes do you have or how many cards. So that is going to be good for you. And the production, one lost. How many have you closed? And the deal status. Where are you and what do you have to do in order to get this analysis and work with your clients to close the business. Any questions here, guys? Let me see if I have something in the chat so I can answer. Oh, sorry, Denise. Yes, do you want, which part do you want me to repeat? Hi, Curtis. For all TWFG, you guys need to go with directly with TWFG. They will be able to help you, or we have the recordings The other view that I would recommend you to take a look, either for your cross-sell pipelines or if you haven't set up this for all of your other pipelines, the deal conversion. This is really good because InsuredMine is going to provide you the status and as I mentioned, the deal conversion, the rate of your loss or won deal cards. So you can track your progress and how things are going with your business. So Jorge is asking us for the email, can you send the email to all of them at the same time, or do you have to do one by one? So in the automation, that is part of a Greg question, InsuredMine is going to set up automatically this, and you are just going to turn it one time, and you will not have to continue and turning on. If, of course, based on the filters. If you want to change the filters, you can edit the automation and you can modify immediately, and InsuredMine is going to also modify it. So that is going to be the good advantage of this. InsuredMine is going to trigger for you, and you do not have to continue updating or setting up the campaign. That is the main difference. So yes, Greg, you just set up once and it's going to run until you cancel, pause, or delete the campaign or the workflow. And let's say, if you come here in the cross-sell view and if you save as a list, or either here in Auto No Home and you save it as a list, let's save it as a list. You will be able to set up your campaign, yes, but this is just going to be one action, one campaign that you will have to do. You will not be able to set up your pipeline, and every time that you have or that you receive new cross-sell opportunities, you will have to come to the engagement module campaigns and set up your email campaign. That's the difference between doing it in the workflow, because in the workflow you will be able to set up one and let it run. So in the email campaign, you will see that some of the things are similar as in the workflow campaign. So let's do this, cross-sell, transactional, we would recommend agent's email, template, let's just select, oh, it was just casual thing, test, and when do you want to trigger. This is going to be the difference between the workflow and the cross-sell. I mean, of the engagement, that in the email campaign, you will be able to select the specific date that you want to trigger the campaign. You can also do this before, probably before setting up the workflow, you can send this campaign. And then let's say if your clients, answer your campaign, we don't have, let me see. If your clients answer the campaign, what you can do also is create here a pipeline card, but this is going to be something manual that you have to do versus the workflow that it could be automatically. So again, you have different options to do it in InsuredMine in order that adjust for your process and the specific needs that you are looking for. Oh yes, Greg. So for example, in the engagement module in the automation, let me go to the one that I already drafted. At the beginning, here you will be able to create your filter. So for example, Greg is asking us, can we manually add other campaigns? Example, home and auto but no life insurance, or home and auto but not umbrella? Yes. So in the cross sell, you will be able to set up as many workflows as you want. So let's say at this moment, I just want to set up home and auto, but no life insurance. So yes, that will be one campaign. And then your second campaign or your second workflow, it's going to be home and auto, but no umbrella. Yes. So you will have two workflows in InsuredMine, plus probably you want to have another workflow, right? Probably it's going to be about life insurance or another umbrella. So in InsuredMine, you can set up as many campaigns, as many workflows that you want, and also as many pipelines. We do not have a limit in InsuredMine for all of these process. So that is going to be an option. Okay. Any other question, guys, that you might have? You can add your email, yes, in the list. Or what you can do also, for example, here, before you send the campaign, let me just select all of these templates. InsuredMine is giving you this option, send to myself. So you will receive this email to see how your clients receive or see the email. So you will be able to do this, and this send to myself, you will be able to see it in almost all the emails templates that we have here in InsuredMine. Also in the automation, you will be able to do this. Let me open. So it's click begin. You see it here, send to myself. So in almost all of these automations for emails, you will be able to send it to yourself, or either in the template builder in engagement. If you click in the three dots, send to myself or send it to more team members if you want to. Okay. Now let's talk about the top 3 wins that if you set up your cross-sell, you have in InsuredMine. One, as I mentioned at the beginning, it's going to boost the premium without buying leads. If all of you are buying bunch on bunch of leads, it's okay. I will not say stop it, because now you should continue doing it, but also invest the time and the campaigns, set up the campaigns to bring a premium from your existing clients. Identify who are those clients that they could be potential to close and to add an extra policy, 2 extra policies, 3 extra policies in with you. Then automate outreach and follow up. Set up first your workflow, the email and the pipeline, then create your pipeline with the automations and continue following up with your clients. And then track the conversion rate in real time with the dashboards that InsuredMine provides you. You will be able to track all of this to see how your campaign is working, how many clients are you closing, and that they are adding new policies. So that's about a cross-sell campaign. If you all have any questions about how to set up this cross-sell campaign, or that you need help in order to set up your cross-sell campaign, please send an email to support. Let me type it here. And ask them to connect you with your CSM in order that they can help you to set up this workflow. Or also you can find, next week you will be able to find this video in the website. So same, you can watch this video, pause, and start doing your campaign. Okay? Any question, guys, before we wrap up today? As I mentioned, do not forget to set up or to fill out the Labor Day campaign. If you haven't, I will encourage you guys to do it. We will do it on your behalf, and you do not have to worry to send an email to your clients. InsuredMine is going to do it. So please help us to fill out this form that I already posted, and we will do it. You have till Friday to ask for your Labor Day campaign. And register for the upcoming webinars. We were reviewing the upcoming webinars yesterday, and so far, so crazy. We are just going to have 8 more webinars, if I'm not wrong, and we finished the bi-weekly webinars for this year. This year it's going too fast. And I would say that it's going to be all for today's guide. If you have any question, please let us know. I'm happy to help you. And have a good rest of your day, week, and long weekend. Take care.